This is Fazbear Fraud, a YouTube series documenting the horrific tragedies committed and covered up by the Fazbear Entertainment Corporation. First and foremost, I wish to stay anonymous due to Fazbear Entertainment's trigger-happy tendencies for lawsuits. My family is from Hurricane, Utah, ground zero for the Fazbear brand. Using my family connections and pulling some strings, I've been able to compile a rough timeline and never-before-seen evidence to put Fazbear Entertainment in the ground for good and avenge their alleged countless victims. For legal reasons, everything I say in these videos is alleged. Let's get started. Let's get the key players out of the way. William Afton and Henry Emily. I've come to the conclusion that one of, if not both of them, are behind the Fazbear killings and most of the incidents at Fazbear Entertainment. I know that's a big claim, and I know that most people would write that off due to things that come later down in the timeline. But I do believe that the evidence I've compiled can put one of, if not both of them, away. Let's get some backstory out of the way for the two of them. William Afton met Henry Emily in college, and we don't know much about their early lives. It's been heavily censored by Fazbear Entertainment. I did as much digging as I could. Nothing. I don't know. I still don't know where they went to college. I don't know what they studied. I assume robotics and entertainment. Because we do know they both shared a passion for entertainment and robotics. And they were both early entries to the children's mascot franchise restaurant, trend that happened in the early 70s to late 80s. And they teamed up together because they had that similar interest. They teamed up together to create their brand, the Fredbear, soon Fazbear brand, which we'll get into later. Some backstory for Mr. Afton. A few years after the restaurant opened, their first restaurant, Fredbear's Family Diner, William's first daughter, Elizabeth Afton, went missing. We still, to this day, have no idea where she went, which that's going to be a pattern going forward. We have no idea where these missing children went. There are rumors and, playground stories about, this happened, that happened. Just the facts, we do not know. This disappearance led to a very nasty divorce between Mr. Afton and his wife, Clara Schmidt, who ended up taking custody of their youngest daughter, Vanessa Afton, and I guess Vanessa Schmidt now. William was left with his sons, Evan Afton and Michael Afton. And we'll get back to the two of them, which you most likely have heard about them because the news cycle was big at the time. On Mr. Emily's side, a few years after his daughter Charlotte was born, his wife died from an unknown illness. Information on Henry Emily is slim to none. It is scarce. But, pulling some stuff together, looking at court cases and just files in general inside of Fazbear Entertainment that I was able to get my hands on, I have found that that's pretty much the story, his early life, pre-Fredbear's. Now let's get into the brand, the actual history of the Fazbear brand. You can find all of this out on my website, fazbearfraud.weebly.com. The link will be in the description. I highly recommend you look into this because in the next following videos, we're going to get into some very disturbing topics. So viewer discretion is advised, and I hope all of you stay safe, and if you have any information, please reply in the comments or send me an email on my website. Thank you for watching.